Hi guys, welcome to my channel again. So today I just thought I'll just talk about something very vulnerable and something you guys may relate to it. Every once in a while I always see this dream, where I am either like, or maybe not a dream but a thought that strikes our mind. So it's like always, what would I do if I die, or where would I go if I die? Do you also have this kind of thoughts? So today it was also one of those days, and I was thinking of me dying. Like every time I think of the death, the one thing that comes to my mind is a dark area, and I'm all alone there, and that scares me. I think being alone is scary, right? So whenever that happens, my heart kind of beats faster and I start to get really scared or something like that, in a way that not necessarily that date has to be scary, but somehow I feel like, where would I go, or what would I do if I'm all alone? Do you also have that kind of thought? It's a recent thing that I have moved from a home country to another different place, and it's completely different than what I've thought or of where I've been before, and everybody in the place where I'm right now is very culturally diverse, and in a way that everybody's away from their home, and everybody from all over the world, they come to this place, and somehow it's like we're all alone in our own way, because of the lifestyle over here, and environment that is very stressful, and having to balance your work life, your study life, or your whatever you're trying to do, and because of that, I think I have known what it feels like to be alone, in a way that what happened was because I was with the people constantly, or after a while, when it was really time to be alone, it kind of really made me feel like, oh my god, how am I going to exist alone in this big world where everybody is just obsessed, or where everybody is just busy in their own life. And yeah, maybe that's when I knew what it feels like to be lonely. And maybe this is the feeling that I resonate with death. Every time I feel like, what would I do if I'm just alone over there, and it just scares me. So to anybody who's feeling that way, I want you to know that you are not alone, and I think we're all in this, we all feel this way. And I think the reason why I feel this way is, it doesn't mean that I have always been with people, or I was always surrounded by people. I was okay being by myself, and I was comfortable being alone, and I also enjoy my own company. But somehow in between, I was constantly with people, and just like that, people are not permanent. Somehow they live out of your life, and you're in this big country, right? And when people constantly come and go and all this thing, it kind of can make me realize what it feels like to be alone, especially after you're attached to them, and it didn't feel really good, and I don't think it's easy as well. And yeah, I was okay before, but because I was with some people, and because I got attached to way too much, I didn't know how to be alone for the first time in my life. Yeah, and I just want to let you know that you're not alone. So whenever that happens, like, it's okay to sometimes lose your way, and it's okay, but you have to be able to find yourself. And I always feel that the way to find yourself is to always dive within, to really connect with yourself. Because whenever we are looking for things on the outside, always we kind of lose connection to ourselves, and because of that we feel all these things, and I feel like, to anybody who is going through this, it's a hard thing, right? And I just hope that that you can always find your way back, and that it is not the end. And yeah, that's why maybe death scares me sometimes, because all I think about is I'm going to be alone and something like that. Yeah, sometimes it's very important that you also learn to be okay and really enjoy your company. Just come to good terms with yourself. A lot of people say that sometimes you have to come to good terms with yourself, and I think maybe that's what life is, after a long time, because as we grow up, as we grow on, we lose a lot of people, and we're going to lose a lot of our friends, we're going to lose a lot of our loved ones, right? And as we grow older and older, so we are going to be alone, right, at the end. So, and we are going to die alone. Somehow we have to be able to come to terms with that. Instead of, in those time, instead of trying to sabotage yourself, right? A lot of us tend to do that whenever we are depressed, or whenever we go through some bad times. It's not going to help you for the long term. And the best way you can do, especially if you're in your 20s right now, like me. This is our most precious years, and even though it's also one of the most challenging years of our life, I hope you understand how precious this is, and let's not self-sabotage and be okay with what's happening. And instead of being stuck in the place, let's go up, go explore and find new opportunities and just keep learning. Yeah. And also one thing I would like to stress out is that in your 20s you're going to make a lot of mistakes, right? We are going to make a lot of mistakes, and even in the following years I think a mistake is a part of our life. And whenever that happens, when mistakes happens, it is one of the hardest things to forgive ourselves. If you can relate to that, I think you know how hard it is to forgive when you have done something wrong, or when you have made mistakes, or when you have gone against your gut feelings, or when you have done something you shouldn't have done, you know. But everything happens for a reason. It's true, you know. Some of the things that worked out for you, or some of the things that didn't work out for you, were all happening, all meant to happen for you. It's not happening to you, you know. Some of the great people say that all the things in life, all the things that happen in your life are not happening to you, but it's happening for you. And now I'm starting to believe in it. Like, all of the things that happens in my life or happen in my life are no coincidence, because it adds up, and it adds up to the new journey of my life. And somehow that also makes me a part of who I am, and it always helps me to take to the next level. So somehow we have to be grateful for that as well. Moving on to what I was initially talking, you know, about the dream and everything, we have to also be, I think it reminds me of how precious our life is, and how limited our time is as well, and how important it is for us to focus on the right things, and to really be able to connect with the true purpose of life, or like our true calling of the life. I hope we all get there, even though it's not easy. And just like that, time even flows faster, right? We are getting lost in everyday routine works or whatever we are trying to do, but at the end, none of this really matters unless we have put our soul and heart to it, and unless we leave a piece of ourselves in everything we do. And I hope we try to do that from today onwards, instead of wasting our time, or let's say instead of engaging in all of the activities that we shouldn't be doing. Yeah, let's connect with our soul, and let's put our heart to whatever we are doing. And I hope that we make this journey easier for all of us. Just know that whatever you're going through, you're not alone. And if you have to feel these emotions, give yourself the permission to feel that always. This is one of the thing that helped me the most, is, you know, going from head to heart. Whatever I'm feeling, instead of just thinking, instead of just overthinking, or instead of just getting lost in my own mind, now I'm trying to like feel whatever I'm feeling, just giving myself the permission to feel my emotions, and yeah, try to be more present, although I'm struggling with that. I'll see you guys next time. I hope this helps you.